am here today with the Danny Davis Nashville Brass Band. This is a band that has a lot of history in Nashville, and some of the original members are reigniting the band. Tell our listeners a little bit about what you're doing here. What's going on?
Well, I got a hold of, with the blessing of the family, a hold of the original library. And basically, with the three of us, we've reassembled the band, and we're doing the shows very similarly in the way we used to do them, and a little bit of a kind of a combination country done in Vegas kind of style, kind of a slick, fast-moving show. And we've got it together, and everything we've done so far has gotten a standing ovation. So we must be doing something right.
An awesome sound. It was a great sound in here in the studio. I'd love to hear you guys out somewhere. So how long have you been working on putting this together? And then when's the last time that the Danny Davis Nashville Brass Band was together before you reignited it?
Well, Danny...
When did they have that theater?
Danny passed away in 2008.
Yeah.
But a few years before that, he was doing shows back in Nashville at that
they called the Stardust Theater.
The Stardust Theater.
It was outside of the Opryland Hotel.
He was there with Boots.
With Boots. Yeah.
So probably
after that is when Danny officially retired.
So probably 2005, 6.
Yeah, about
somewhere in there.
2005 or 6.
And you three, and let's let our listeners know who you are. Herb Bruce,
Larry Hendrickson,
Ed Gaston.
And you three actually played with Danny Davis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. And you guys are all new additions to the band?
Yes,
These
we
are.
Yes, they are collectively.
Yeah. And I'll just nod, or we can.
I tell you what, one of you who can talk into the microphone over there, introduce who the rest of the band is.
Well, I'm going to just introduce myself,
all
even though I usually don't have to. Everybody knows who I am. I'm Anthony Dixon, the most humble banjo player on the face of the earth. Don't you all agree I'm the most humble? There.
Absolutely.
Totally.
And I'm going to let my cohorts introduce themselves just because they're from exotic places and they say their names in funny ways. Go ahead, guys.
I'm Jake Jones. I play guitar.
That's not funny.
Guitar players.
Tony Hill, and I'm bass trombonist.
Now that's funny.
Greg Zabel, I play the bass.
Yeah.
Adam Zaff, I play trumpet, and I don't know if you can tell or not, but I am not an original member of the Nashville Brass.
He's not old enough to be an original member of anything. The three of us actually all ended up morphing into Disney, and then had the brilliant idea of putting the band back together, and that's what we're doing now.
Was it easy to find these other five guys to fill the spots?
Ed and I had a conversation, and I went, here's who I know, who do you know? And I just basically picked out the guys we want, just handpicked them.
So was the family excited that this was going to get reignited?
They are. And the last show we did, Danny's son, who now lives in Clearwater, he actually came to the show. We did a little, brought him up on stage and did a little chat with the audience. And yeah, it was great. They're completely into it.
Yeah.
So you're trying to take and do this just as close or as dead on as it was in the original show?
We're keeping it pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, there were some things that Danny did that, of course, that he did himself in front of the band that we can't do. But as far as what the band did and the records they made and everything, we're keeping it real close.
Instrumentation basically the same as the original
exactly
band?
the same.
Yep.
One of the things about the Nashville Brass is the unique sound. Because of the arrangements that were done for the brass. And so we're sticking together with that original type sound, which was the Nashville Brass sound.
Someone asked me one time, an agent or something, said, well, who's your competition? I said, we don't have any.
Because there's nothing like this out there.
back in 2008, 9, 10, did you ever think that this would be happening again?
No, this is great.
No,
This is
uh,
great. Yeah.
never thought it would happen.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just kind of hit me. It's like when I was in the band before, and probably was the same with those guys, is you're trying to make your way. You're trying to be somebody. You're trying to make it in the business and all that kind of stuff. This time it's for fun. And that's
Yeah.
why I'm enjoying this almost as much, maybe as much as I did when I was on the band, because now it's just all fun.
Where's your ideal place that you want to play now that you got this back together?
Grand Ole
Wow.
Opry.
That's good.
Grand Ole Opry?
Yeah,
Oh, the cra-
yeah, but we can't
Grand
be
Ole
on the
Opry.
Opry because they don't have any horns.
They just had Herb Albert on not long.
Well, they're changing a little bit
Yeah, they
now.
are.
They're
a lot of the new acts use horns.
yeah.
yeah, so that would be great if we could.
They
do
used to
that.
not have drums either, and
Right.
Yeah.
and then they let drums come in, but they had to hide them behind a partition. And now it's normal.
Yeah, when Bob Wills, they had Bob Wills on the Opry, and they never had him back because he brought a drummer.
Oh, really? Okay.
They fired him off the Opry.
That guy.
Now, when you guys were with the original band, you played at the Opry? Did
No.
you not?
No, we
never.
didn't. No,
Okay,
they
because
never-
of the horns.
They
Okay.
never invited.
We were
Danny.
forbidden.
Yeah.
You were forbidden.
No horns. Boots Randolph couldn't get on the Opry.
Yeah.
There were no horns, and for many, many years, not even no drums.
If you could get back there and play, would your preference be to the new Opry House or to play at the Ryman?
My audition for Opry Land back when they had the park
Yep.
was on the Ryman, and so that would I've played at the new one too.
Yeah. I played at the new one.
Yeah,
So did you play at the park at all?
yeah,
Okay. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
we all played at
Yeah.
the Opryland theme park.
Park,
Yeah.
until it closed?
Yeah,
No.
Well, I was down here at Disney right before it closed,
Yeah.
but
And Larry
Yeah.
and I were in the same band. at
we were.
Opryland.
That's actually how I met Ed.
Yeah.
First met Ed.
Yeah.
We were in the same band.
So once you got to Disney down here, have you been able to replicate any of this type of stuff? Or, I mean, in the music that you've been playing at Disney? Or
No,
No,
No.
okay.
no, nothing like it. We have started the process of approaching them about maybe doing something, but
From somebody just looking at this from the outside, explain the difference between the Danny Davis Nashville Brass Band and a traditional brass band? What would they find is different at one of your shows?
well, the country music for
Yeah.
starters.
Yeah.
Depends on what you mean by a brass band. Like if you mean a brass band like a New Orleans street band,
Yeah.
there's nothing in common,
No.
not really. And we've got some new tunes coming up too.
Yeah, just going to ask you, are you thinking about adding to it?
We're updating some things. We've got some couple of Zach Brown tunes, and Eddie's our arranger. Eddie did a couple of Zach Brown tunes for us, and we've got a couple of the more modern Dolly Parton tunes, and we got a couple of Taylor Swift tunes on the way, and we're gonna and I'm planning an album. I've already named it called Blended, where we're gonna play our hits and then add all
Some
the
of
new
the new
stuff.
stuff.
Some new stuff.
Yeah.
So to some of you younger guys, was this an exciting invitation to join this band?
It was for me. My dad, he's not from Nashville, but he is a country music lover. And when we were kids, we'd go on the car rides up to Indiana, where he's from. And so, hours in the car, and he'd pop in a Danny Davis and the Nashville Brass cassette tape. And so I actually grew up with all of the hits. Now I didn't know all of the repertoire that we're playing nowadays, but I knew the big hits. And when Herb told me that, he kind of kept it under wraps and kind of he was like, "Yeah, I got this project and I want you on board." And then when I showed up to rehearsal and it was the Nashville Brass book, I was like, "Whoa!" And I got to tell my dad about this like as soon as rehearsal's over. I was really excited.
Yeah, absolutely. I was not really aware of the group as a kid. When I started collecting like vinyl records, I'd go through the record stores, and I'd always see Danny Davis and Nashville Brass records. And this is maybe I was around 13 or 14, and I decided, oh well, it's for $1. I'm gonna get a couple, and I started to listen to it a little bit. And I thought it was really neat because at that point too, I had just started to learn trumpet, and I never thought of utilizing brass and utilizing horns in a country like band situation. So I thought that was really neat. And similar to you, I got the call from Herb saying, "Hey, working on a secret project. We're, going to play around with some things. Are you available?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, sure, absolutely." And once we started reading the charts, I really grew like an immense like love and passion for it, just because I think this is something so neat. And like they said, there's nothing like it, So I'm very happy to be here.
So how many albums did Danny Davis originally have out?
40.
40. Wow.
They did 2 a year. It was under contract with RCA. It did 2 albums a year for 20 years. It's an amazing record.
How many albums were you guys involved in?
But I did 3. I know I did 3. I might have done 4. Yeah.
2.
I came after the 20 years,
Came
so
after
I didn't get. I did I did all the road gigs. Yeah, I did a lot of touring, but we never did recording.
When the passing of Danny came on, was he still active in the band up until the end, or?
I think he'd only been retired, a few years.
Yeah, and
he loved to perform,
yeah.
so I think he just kept on until he just couldn't.
And he didn't want to hand the torch off to anybody at that time, or probably nobody.
It never came up.
Yeah.
It never came up when I was communicating with the family. I was thinking in the back of my head, why am I the first one talking about this? Or I was paying myself a compliment. I might be the first one or the only one they actually trusted with it.
Yeah, that's probably
That could be
more
part of
accurate.
it as well.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to just hand this off to anybody,
Right.
And because there's a lot of history there, and a lot of work there. That's for sure. And a lot of value there.
We have I stopped counting at about 350 arrangements.
Wow.
Yeah, I just stopped counting.
Have you got these guys to memorize all these yet, or?
Some of them are starting to get memorized. Yeah.
So I used to play second to Danny, and now I'm playing Danny's part.
Okay.
So that's a little,
It's a little different there.
I mean, when we first started rehearsing, I'd click in and be playing second. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm playing lead now.
So Danny was a trumpet player.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. A lot of emotions come back when you first started playing this again.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
starting to, trigger old memories and places we've played
Yeah.
out on the road and people we met. Danny had a pretty dedicated fan base in certain areas of
Yeah.
the country who would always show up.
Yeah, if we were within 100 miles, they were there.
And even if we were closer to their town or in their town, they'd even invite us to come over to their house,
Yeah.
and have dinner or have a party.
Yeah.
And they just loved Danny and the band and would just about do anything for us.
Yeah.
So where all did you travel when you were touring with the band?
All
Everywhere.
over the country.
I
Yeah.
saw the 48 contiguous U.S.
Yeah.
from the bus,
Wow.
the Danny Davis bus, and played in every state of 48.
So you lived the bus life for
Yep.
quite a while.
Yep, I'm a road rat at heart.
Yeah.
Well, there would be some fly dates, but
Yeah,
that was if the bus couldn't get there in time.
Right.
We might fly out.
I
to a
didn't
thing.
have that problem.
Well, you
Yeah.
flew on
Danny
most of the gigs.
Danny had he had 2 planes.
Okay.
He had 2 airplanes, and I got to fly on the second one. I had a kind of a stressful beginning of the band. They hired me, and I just flew to Vegas. My first night with the band was in Vegas. No rehearsals, no nothing.
And you haven't played here yet in the Villages.
No.
No, you've got some great venues now. Yeah, we're happy to play at any of those.
Yeah.
This is not a small room act. We can play a
Right.
big room and carry a big room easily because that's what we did.
Yeah.
Is there stuff that you're not going to ever bring back, or is it anything's on the table that's in the file?
Just about. There's a few songs that we've kind of chosen not to do only because we don't think people are that familiar with them anymore. Yeah.
So what was the first record?
The first album was called The Nashville Blast Plays the Nashville
Nashville Sound.
And the second album was the More Nashville
Yeah.
Sounds.
Yeah.
We won a Grammy for our recording of Kalijah. We had 11 Grammy nominations. Country Music Association Instrumental Band of the Year for 6 years in a row. That's unheard of. And the accolades just kept coming and coming.
there's absolutely no reason you shouldn't get onto the stage at the Opry.
No,
Yeah.
not now. I mean, like I
Yeah,
said,
not now.
Herb Albert was there this last year.
Is there anything else that you'd like to make sure that the viewers out there know about the new Danny Davis Nashville Brass?
I think it's good to know, good for them to know that we're out there, that we're modern, and we're completely relevant because even the older stuff we play are country standards that every country music fan in the world knows.
Anything the new members would like to know?
This is the most they've ever talked.
Is it? Yeah.
These guys never say anything. About half the time I'm thinking they don't like me, and now they're talking.
Our mindset for our shows is to play good music and have a lot of fun. So we just want everybody to come and have fun with us.
It's a fun show.
Yeah.
You know, we have a good time with it, and
Yeah.
the audiences have a good time with it with us.
Oh, I just watching you play. You guys are having a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if we can't figure out a place for you guys to play here in the Villages, because this is a great place for you guys to play. Absolutely. I guarantee you there's a lot of Danny Davis fans probably.
There is.
I'm sure.
There is.
Yeah.
We're sure of that.
And if they're not, they can come hear us. There'll be one.
There'll be one.
fans.
Well, hopefully they'll become fans just watching this episode.